Hello everybody, I am Baltmatrix, and today we are taking a look at Glory Alliance V2 Thunderbolt. This figure was purchased over at SirToys.com. We're going to get started by taking a look at the little yellow head dude that it comes with. It's the standard. You've been watching these reviews on my channel, and this is the same, of Glory Alliance that is, and this is the same little kind of guy that comes with it. Doesn't fit inside the vehicle mode, which is a shame, but not big a deal. The only thing that I have a problem with is his legs are a little bit noodly. There's a lot of play in those hips, so I do have a problem with him standing up because sometimes I'll put him up straight and he'll just fall over. For a good size comparison, here are two core class Transformers that give you a good idea on the size of this, or these little head dudes. An even better size comparison is a Titans Master and the two little Target Masters that come with Legacy Needle Nose. Taking a look at the main vehicle unit itself, it's actually quite big, and it works well for whatever the heck this vehicle mode is supposed to be. I'm assuming it's supposed to be some kind of truck. I think that's obvious. One thing I have been having an issue with, and I'm not sure if I've got this transformed correctly, are the wheels. They are actually attached to the arm, or the robot arms, via these clips. And I'm assuming that I have them right, but they just don't feel right, if that makes any sense. But no matter which way I clip them on, and they're supposed to clip on the upper bicep of the robot mode, no matter which way I clip it or which direction, it always feels a bit off, and they always stick out to the side quite a bit. Now, the vehicle mode comes with a couple of accessories, first of which are these big claw thingy bits that are on the sides of the vehicle mode. They look more like claw guns than anything else. I keep expecting them to, transform slightly, maybe open up and then flip forward. They don't. In fact, they're screwed into place, but there appears to be a hinge right there. It's odd. And no, the directions are no help. It doesn't say anything about these transforming or moving or turning into anything cool. They just kind of sit on the sides of the vehicle mode and on the forearms in robot mode. And then on top, you have this giant claw, which does absolutely nothing. My headcanon is that it's a gun in vehicle mode, but it almost looks like it's supposed to be some kind of extending claw or crane, but obviously it doesn't do that. That's the only movement it has, and the claw can open and close, though if you open it up too far, it falls apart, but goes right back together. Now, without the accessories, it kind of looks like a giant bus, like a school bus, like an American-style school bus. And Kitty, it is not time for Kitty videos. No, back away, Kitty. No! Okay, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by a cat, I like the truck mode. I don't think I have it transformed correctly, though. I think the front of the truck mode is supposed to come up higher, and it just doesn't on mine. You see how the big wheels in the front aren't in line with the back? I think I haven't mistransformed, but I can't tell other than that. So yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and get it transformed. To begin the transformation, come to the back of the figure and flip out the sides of the truck, and then they will accordion fold onto the back of the truck, like that. And then come up to the very front and unpeg the light bar and put that off to the side. And then that's where the head is going to go. So you can kind of figure where everything's going to go right now. Unpeg the front of the vehicle mode and pull it up and away from the figure, and then pull the entire front of the vehicle mode off and away. And there are these little plastic windows. They will actually unpeg and fold in. So you want to unpeg them. You unpeg them from the top and just gently fold them in to the inside of the canopy like that. They fold up under like that. Now we could come to the arms and just pull the arm out and fold it out and ratchet it around and get it straightened out. And do the same thing on the other side. Just whip the arm out, straighten it out, and get it turned around. Come down to the legs and pull the legs out, take the feet and turn them around 180 degrees and flip out the toes. And you kind of need a little bit of a nail in order to get those toes flipped out. So make sure those legs are pulled out all the way and straight. And then stand the bad boy up. Alright, so next we take the front grille, and that will fold up over the front of the vehicle mode. Then bring that whole section out, up and around, and there is a peg right there underneath that will peg into place in the chest. Like that, peg it in, and that will push the arms up a little bit. Get that pushed in place and snapped into place, and then bring the chest around, and that will drop down and peg into place. And on the back here, there are these little gray bits. Flip them up, and these will hold these bits in place. And then there's a little door here. Fold that up to form the back. And then we could fold the arm or the leg or the butt flap up or collapse it down. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't peg in anywhere. And then all we need is a head. And this is exactly like all the other little head dudes. So unpeg the back, bring the leg up, and peg the inside of the thighs onto the connector. Bring the shoulders in, and bring the arms around to form the jaw, like that. And I don't know why this one, things don't peg in also so great. The other ones, everything pegs in to all the different spots really well, but this one's a little bit floppy. And then take the helmet, put that on top, and there we go. And then we take the head and plop it down into place. The cream color, yellow, black, and gunmetal with the powder blue clear bits work very well. I like the look of this robot mode from the front. Head sculpt is good if it looks a little out of place, and the shoulders look like they're drooped down too far, but they're all the way up. Overall, the aesthetic does work, and it is a decent robot mode, but good grief, on the back, it's got some, I don't know, it's just hollow back here, and the little trench coat trail that we've got going on here, I don't particularly like that. I would have liked if this whole unit could come up and maybe peg into the back. I think that would work better because, well, I just think it would work better. That's just a personal aesthetic opinion of mine. But overall, the robot mode does look pretty good, though the big thing hanging off his butt does make the posability a little rough. Speaking of posability, head swivels side to side, though not as much as some of the others because it runs into the collar. There are very small ratchets for forward and back in the shoulder, and then heavier ratchets for in and out. There is a bicep swivel, and then a double elbow bend for the arm, and then fists are on ball joints, connected to the wrist and the fist, and then the hands do open and close like the others. There is ratcheting torso articulation. Front skirt does lift up and can kick forward and back pretty darn far, not almost 90 degrees, and then well over or 90 degrees backwards, 90 degrees out, and then bend at the knee is double bend at the upper thigh and lower shin, or knee, and then ball joint in the hip, or ball joint in the hip, yes, because the hip is located where your foot is, and then a hinge joint for side to side, and then a ball joint for more omnidirectional movement. Now let's talk about the accessories, the first of which is the big blue light bar. That actually pegs into the back, and that's what fills in this area. So the little light bar has these blue bits coming off, and they will tuck up into these slots in the gray bits. And getting this lined up is such a pain. I just can never get it lined up, but it's supposed to look like that. Then the little claws peg into the forearms on both arms. Now that we got the arm claws in place, we got to go with the big thingy. So that actually pegs into the shoulder pads. And yeah, there we go. Overall, I like the look of this thing, even if it does look oddly proportioned. Like, again, I think the shoulders are slung too far down, but that's as high as they go, because there's no more room up there for the shoulders. And it's top heavy, and it's back heavy, and the ball joints in the feet are much too loose for my taste, and I keep folding the feet up. But it looks good. I just wish it stood up better. With red and green, you can see how he fares. It's roughly the same size as all the others. I just didn't have room to put purple up here yet. Overall, I think it is a fun toy, but rather flawed. Some of the stuff just doesn't hold together well. I'm going to have to hit these joints in the feet with some tightening agent, and maybe take apart the knees, because the ratchets, like all the others, just aren't strong enough to hold the dang thing up. It's really a shame, but that's the whole line. Like, all of these figures have the ability, or don't have the ability, to really hold themselves up, especially at the knees. Hip ratchets, nice and tight. Knees, problematic. All right, folks, let me know what you think of Thunderbolt down in the comments. After this video, we've got one more video to go, and that's the blue one. And then I've got another video just after that. You'll just have to wait and see what that is. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Baltmatrix, and I will catch you all next time.